and it's day 2 of 12 days of Runmas. Welcome back to Runmas. If you haven't seen the first one, what are you doing? Head over there, watch day 1 and then come straight back here. If you are new here though, I will do a brief rundown. For every other day in December, I will be uploading a Run With Me vlog. At the start of that vlog, I don't know how long or how far I'm going to be running. I will be pulling out a time or a distance from Santa's hat and whatever it says I have to do on that day. If my camera is moving, it's because my dog is leaning on my tripod. And if you are completely new to my channel altogether, then a brief rundown on me. Hello, my name is Lucy and I've been on a running and weight loss journey since February 2020. Back then I weighed 230 pounds and I couldn't run for more than 30 seconds at a time. I looked online to try and find an honest, relatable runner. Someone who had started in the same position as me, went through the exact same struggles as me, and yet still became the runner that I could only dream of being. I needed to see someone who looked just like me achieve it, just so I knew it truly was possible for me to achieve it. Unfortunately, I never did come across that honest, relatable runner, but to cut a very long story short, I have lost a lot of weight and I've ran a lot of miles. So I have now decided to create the content that I needed to see way back then, and I probably still do need to see it, to be real. Now that's all out the way, let's find out how far we are going to be running today. I don't know what I want to pull out the hat. I can't tell if I want it to be a really long one just to get it out the way, or if I can't be bothered to do a long one. I'm a bit 50-50 whether I can be bothered to go or not. It's just one of those days. Don't want to stay in and not run because I know I'll regret it, but I also just don't feel like I'm up to going for a run. So this is probably the best way to get me out, is just knowing I have to run this. Let's see what we got. I'm going to show you first. Okay, I've picked one. I'm going to show you first. I'm not going to look. Oh, it's a long one. 70 minutes. Okay, I don't know. I was instantly disappointed, but I have the time. I don't have any deliveries coming. Look at me trying to make an excuse to not do it today. I'm going to do it today because I pulled it out of the hat and I have to, but okay, 70 minutes. It is. It's a super quick what I'm running in. I don't actually normally do this on my Run With Me's, but for some reason I'm doing it with my Vlogmas. I have my Solomon running vest. Very, very overpriced. If you just want something to carry your phone and some water, there are so many cheaper ones out there. Please don't think because I run in it, it's the right thing to do. It's absolutely not. We bought this because my husband runs 100 milers and he ultra marathons, and I started getting into that. So they're great for that. But if you're not into that and you just want to go for a run like 70 minutes like I am, this isn't. You don't need to spend that kind of money, you know? I just don't want people to think I'm like trying to influence them. I'm not. I'm just trying to be your running buddy. And if you was my running buddy, which you are, that's what I would tell you. So anyway, that was a long monologue about this Solomon vest. It's amazing. I would give it a 10 out of 10, but revert back to what I said. A bottle of water, my key is in here. I'm going to have my phone in here. I have a London Marathon t-shirt that I got when I ran in 2022. I did the virtual London Marathon, so you get the same t-shirt and the same medal. So if you don't get a place and you really want the medal, 100% recommend that. I've also got my shorts. I hope you saw them. I can't be bothered to move the camera. They were like £2 from Primark a heck of a long time ago, and they've lasted me longer than any Gymshark product I've ever bought. And I love Gymshark, so that's saying something. That took me way longer than I thought it would. So let's go. That's 11 minutes in, and that's the point I wanted to reach. I wanted to get to 11 minutes. Look at that. All the trees have been blown over. I'll tell you about that in a minute, but yeah, I was hoping to get to 11 because once you get to 11, then it's like less than an hour left. Mind games, people, mind games. But anyway, I'm feeling okay, like I'm really sweating. out of breath. It is quite warm, like the sun is out, that's why I'm in shorts and t-shirt. I knew this would happen. I'm just feeling a little sluggish and just not at the top of my game, and the paths that I think I'm going to use are going to be quite hilly, so it's not going to be the best 70 minutes, but it's going to happen, and that is all that matters. The reason that there's like blown over trees everywhere is here in the UK over the weekend we had Storm Bert. At the time of recording, at the time of vlogging, I was actually going to film this yesterday, but it was horrific rain. Terrible weather. I'm just going to pause so I can get around this. I don't fancy getting my trainers wet this early on, so I'm going to go around here. Yeah, so I didn't go out because of that weather, because of that reason, but hear me out. It wasn't solely because of that. It's because during Runmas I vlog every run I do. So I'm just trying to get my foot, hold on. Right, we're going to start running again. Bear with me. Right, during Runmas I vlog every single run I do, obviously, and then upload it every other day. But when I do like my weekly vlogs, if I'm doing a weekly vlog, I will film 9 times out of 10 on every run, but sometimes it won't be in a lot of detail, so if the weather is bad, I could just get a couple clips. I have issue with the mic when it's wet weather, so that's why I'm not too keen on vlogging like a long time in the wet weather. So because I was going to be vlogging and bringing you with me, it was actually the vlogging that stopped me, because I knew that if I couldn't get a decent video, I would have to redo it, do the run again, and because I'm injured, I'm having to pace the runs out, so I have plenty of time to like recover. That's why I've started Runmas early. I'm preparing. I think it's the 25th of November. No, it's not. It's the 4th of December, obviously. So if I was going to run on the day, edit, upload on the day, I would have to go into December running every other day, and I'm not 100% back from my Achilles injury. Anyway, I'm doing this on a gradual incline. Give this video a thumbs up. Right, it's been 15 minutes. Let's get going. 25 minutes in, and I chose comfort over future me's happiness, because I just went down a long decline, hill, down, and it felt really nice. I was in the flow, I didn't have to work too hard. I felt like I was floating, to be honest. But now I'm at the bottom of that hill, it happens every single time. I've got the option of going through the houses where there's loads of people, go down this road where it will be quiet, hopefully, fingers crossed. But at the end of this road is the biggest hill I run. Barely run, just about run, and I avoid it at all costs. Because I've gone down that hill, I have to go back up it, you know, the one I was just telling you about that I just ran down. And if I go back up it, I'm going to struggle. But then I'll have a few more options, like on the training area. Other running content creators make it look so easy. And it's not. Also, while I was doing that montage, I don't want you to think that those 20 minutes was easy, because they weren't. They're tough. I'm sweating. I'm out of breath. I don't feel amazing. I only felt amazing on the downhill. Bear that in mind. I just don't want to make it look easy. I never want it to look easy. But, so, you know, sometimes clipping montages together with lovely Christmas music can, you know, romanticise it a little bit and make it look easy. So if your reality doesn't look like my montages, neither does my reality. So remember that. I've slowed right down, and I'm gonna have to decide where I'm gonna go. Which dragon am I gonna slay? So it feels like over halfway, and I have chosen this dragon. This looks like a flat road, and I hate that. But this is an incline. It's fairly gradual, but it is steep. But at the end it goes whoop. Just as you're really, really knackered, don't feel like you can do it, you're so close, it just goes Meh. Up. I'll see you when I'm up there. Right, we're at 40 minutes. I'll pause my watch and look. Everything is below me. That is how high that hill is. Oh my goodness. I am hot and sweaty. Oh my goodness. As I was going up the hill, there was a couple of people coming down. And that always makes you feel good, you know? Like, you're the one doing the hard part. They've got the downhill. Right, I'm not going to treat myself to downhill that way, but I'm going to go that way. We've got 40 minutes and I just need to work out where I'm going to spend those 40 minutes. I'll see you in a bit, guys. We are now 50 minutes in, so I've only got 20 minutes left, but I am really starting to flag. I'm just starting to feel a bit more drained, you know, and I think the hill took it out of me, and the fact that I've been running 50 minutes, regardless of the hills, I am going to be, you know, tired, but yeah, you ain't going to believe where I am. Remember I told you about those 2 hills? I tackled the worst one, well, I'm now heading towards the other one. Brilliant. So in the last sort of half of this run, I'm doing both of those hills I didn't want to do. So bear with me. I'm not great at filming on these hills, but I will see you at the top. Wish me luck, wish me luck. Okay, give this video a thumbs up, okay? Just do it. That was tough. I did it. I'm just being real with you guys. That was hard. You know, when I was in the beginning of my journey, I was like really looking, you know, seeking out those runners that were willing to film their 13-minute mile, film their 16-minute mile, willing to show that their runs were just intervals because they couldn't run solidly. All I came across was, I mean, it's probably the algorithm. There probably was people up there like that, but everyone I came across was so motivating, so fit and strong looking, and they were so knowledgeable. But I really felt like I needed a buddy, a friend. That's why I call you guys my virtual running buddies, because I'm not your coach, I'm not your PT. You shouldn't necessarily do what I do. Your virtual running buddy to share the ups and downs, the highs and lows. Forcing myself to do these last 15 minutes, it's tough. I said before about like my montages, I don't want them to look like I'm having an easy time. Some of the videos I was coming across, they got me to run, they got me to work out, they were motivating, don't get me wrong, but there's just that relatable connection that I was craving, that I needed, that I didn't have in my real life and I couldn't find in the virtual world. So it made me feel even more isolated and even more alone, and I had to swallow that and realise that that's not every thought you have is true. I'm not alone, I'm not the only one. There's a reason people say if it was easy everyone would be doing it, and not everyone is doing it, because guess what, it's not easy. And even the ones that make it look easy, let's not invalidate their hard work as well. They're still working hard. I am being blinded by the wet road. They are working just as hard as us, but their results look different, their times look different, and that's the thing, it's just admin. We've ticked over to the hour, which is brilliant. 10 minutes left. My arm is really aching and I need to keep my legs moving, otherwise I'm gonna seize up. But take me and my husband as an example. You know my running levels, you know where I'm at, what my admin looks like. Matt's admin looks drastically different, 1000% different. But if Matt and I was to go out there and run 20 minutes solid at a 10 out of 10 level, max effort that we have in us, we're giving 100% for 20 minutes straight. As soon as that 20 minutes is up, we both stop. If we were to both look at our watches, the numbers on our pace, our distance, our heart rate, that's all there and that's all different, but it still says 20 minutes and we still worked as hard as each other. Think about the fact that what Matt and I would have done in those 20 minutes is equal. Don't go comparing your time with anyone else's. Don't compare it with mine. If mine matches yours, then brilliant. If it doesn't, who cares? We're out here running, and that's another reason why I think pulling out minutes out of the hat is also a great idea to do this Runmas, because sometimes seeing your pace and seeing your distance and trying to achieve a certain amount of miles is quite off-putting. Instead, one of the best things you could do to give yourself a break is just say, I'm going to go for a 60-minute run. I'm just going to go and it's going to be 60 minutes. And it doesn't matter how far or how fast I'm going, I'm going to be out for that amount of time. Because sometimes, especially in the beginning, it's just about getting out there and doing it and getting used to being out there and doing it. I'm going to head back because there is some dog walkers coming this way and vlog anxiety. Right, let's get these last 10 minutes done because I'm over this now and I want to go home. I hope I'm editing Lucy. I'm sorry if that clip was awful and the sun was like doing this the whole time. Oh, I was just worried I had a bogey then. Okay, let's go. There we have it. Yes, I know. Don't worry, you'll be next. On my run days, I will run in the morning and then afternoon is, I can't say the word. Yeah. I'm sweating. Okay, so that run, it was like hard, but not at the same time. I think what made it easier is the fact that I didn't put any pressure on myself. It was just focus on running for 70 minutes. I wanted to get a 10k done and I was thinking, actually I'm going pretty slow. I don't think I'm gonna hit 10k. I just hit 10k, but then I've got to bear in mind, I made that so hilly. I would if I was planning on doing a 10k run, I potentially would have picked some of the downhills because there is a way that I could have done one of the downhills without going up the steep hill. But other than that, I wouldn't have picked the route. I wouldn't have picked the route that I did to do a 10k. So the fact that I got a 10k done in those 70 minutes on that route is really, really good. I'm really proud of myself actually. But there we go. Day 2 is done. I really hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sprinkling in like motivational messages that I tell myself. This is how I talk to myself when I'm, you know, in a bad place mentally, not believing in myself. When I'm actually out on the run and I'm struggling, I feel like I'm the only runner that has to get their breath back or have to slow it down and have to stop and stretch, or I feel so isolated in that sense. But I know that that's just my lack of self-confidence in that moment talking. It's not actually what I truly believe. It's just my circumstances and my mindset that have made me think that way about myself. So I hope that my little sprinkling of pep talks and different ways of looking at things is helping you. Give me a little Christmas tree and give this video a thumbs up. I think I've asked you to do that about 15 times. If you're enjoying it and you're not already subscribed, hello, you've made it this far. You're already basically a virtual running buddy. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and I will see you guys for day 3 of 12 days of Runmas. Bye guys.